Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? I recently saw an interview on the Breakfast Club with this brother here named Elliot, Connie. You know, he's a psychologist. Y'all feel free to follow him. Name Elliot Speaks on whatever. But he was saying something that kind of it strucketh me. It did. It said, I know the title said that children should be allowed to disrespect their parents, but when he was speaking at it in context, he was saying that children should be allowed. We should normalize children asking us questions about certain things, and we shouldn't see that as disrespect. Like when you tell your child to wash the dishes, and they ask you why, or why didn't you ask my brother or sister to do it, then you should just explain it to them and not smack the hell out of them like how we was raised, And to be honest with you, I ain't got no problem with how I was raised. You understand? Some things that children do warrant them getting smacked. That's just a pop to whatever, however you want to put it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, do y'all think you should explain things to your children? Absolutely. Now, children, when you ask your parents questions, you make sure that when you ask something, you better ask with some reverence and respect. You understand what I'm saying? You ask in a way that it won't get your ears put together. You understand what I'm saying? Don't just be asking questions like somebody, like you run stuff. All right, that's the problem nowadays. People think kids run stuff, but you sit up there, your mama tell you or your daddy tell you, hey, look, cut the grass or wash them dishes. You don't look at them, or why you don't ask Tony to do it? Why you don't ask? But wait, whoa. Have the same energy when it's food in the house. Have that same damn energy. You understand what I'm saying? When it's time to pay for something, do you ask somebody, well, why can't I pay for it? No. You sit your ass down there, you don't say nothing. If I say, we going to Disneyland, or we going to McDonald's, or why we got to go there? No. Everybody will see, you want to ask questions when it comes to something that you don't want to do. See, that's the thing about kids. That's the part. See, there's holes in the theory. We got to make sure we patch up all the damn holes. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of y'all give y'all kids way too much leeway. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that what brother's saying, I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense entirely, but there's parts of it, you know what I mean, that you're going to have to clarify for me. Don't be telling me, you know what I mean, these kids, they have a right to ask a question. No, the hell you don't, actually. No, you don't. Now I know a bunch of y'all would say, well, your kids, you brought your kids in the world and your kids don't owe you nothing. You are absolutely right. I owe my children. You are absolutely right. I owe them at the bare minimum to provide, to protect them, to feed, clothe, shelter, and educate them. That is the bare minimum. Now, outside of that, I also owe them to teach them discipline, to teach them protocol, to teach them respect, to teach them, yes, you can ask questions, but you also need to know when, where, and how to ask them questions. I get on the internet every day. You scroll every day, and there's plenty of people. Matter of fact, they got whole websites and profiles dedicated to people getting their ass whooped for asking the wrong question at the wrong damn time, or saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. So I owe it to them to make sure, hey, listen, you need to understand when you go out here and you may have a question or you might want to say something, but a part of your survival is knowing when, where, and how to do it. Because if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person at the wrong time, or you ask the wrong question, it might not turn out that good for you. You understand what I'm saying? I owe you, right? I owe you. You understand? So don't be letting kids guilt trip your ass into it. I didn't ask to be here. Hell, I didn't ask for you to be here. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't ask you to be here. The condom popping Trojan won't answer the phone. So I guess we stuck together for the next 18 years. And it is what it is. Don't sit up here and let nobody guilt trip you into that. All I'm saying is don't give children a false sense of reality. They need to understand how the world works on the outside. You understand? Rich folks can raise their kids way completely different than how the average person, somebody making $56,000, can't raise them children like because you got somebody who makes $10-20 million, Kardashians and all them other kids. Them damn kids ain't going to the type of school that you going to. The world is responding completely different from them. But if you got the average mom and daddy, you grew up in average house, you went to public damn school, you had to take out loans, you out here living in the real, what they call the real world. Real world function completely different. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get in no habit of making it seem like you entitled to ask questions every time somebody who is an authority figure over you tell you to do something. You may have the question, but you need to know when, where, and how to ask it. Case in point, let's say you get raised up where you just used to asking your parents every time they tell you, take out the trash. Why? Cut the grass. Why? Clean the gutters. Why? Wash the dishes. Why? You keep asking why, and why. Okay? Now, you join the military. Do you think as a private, when the lieutenant gives you orders, that you have the right to say why? Matter of fact, when you get a job and your boss look at you and say, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And then well, why didn't you ask one of them to do it? Your ass is going to end up without a job. So they're going to look at you and say, you absolutely right. I should be asking them. Matter of fact, we're not going to ask you to do nothing else. You are relieved of all responsibilities. Now, as far as something as simple as washing dishes, that's where it starts at. You tell your child, wash the dishes. And they look at you and say, why? Well, as I'm restraining myself from answering your question physically, I would say to you, did you not eat? See, it's my responsibility to make sure that you are fed. You ate. My responsibility is also to give you responsibility. So you won't be no grown man or woman out here keeping a nasty ass house and not washing the damn dishes. So it starts here. Now, the next time you ask me a question, make sure your tone right. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't, I will be fulfilling another obligation, which is discipline, which will lead to another obligation. Hospital bills. You understand what I'm saying? Wash the dishes.